What is up, guys and girls? It's GC Fallen Ninja here, or Jack, or whatever you prefer to call me. And now today, we are here with This Week at Bungie 5/21/2020. So we have a lot to get through, so I'm going to be skipping through a little bit of it, but obviously I will be putting the link down in the description so you can go check it out for yourself. Also, in the top right corner, there'll be a card there if you want to go see my last video on 5/14/2020 of last week's TWAB if you want to be caught up. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. This week at Bungie, something unexpected happened on the way to the moon bunker. Many of you have been chasing a lie. Last week you began your hunt with Anna, successfully defending Seraph Towers in the Winding Cove, Anchor of Light, and the Rupture, or watched as your fellow guardians carried the weight. Sorry. You burned through 1,000 enemies with your trusty shotgun, or 100 PvP scrubs. Sadly, your quest for answers came to a halt on Sunday evening, all thanks to a faulty door on the moon's bunker. Well, would you look at that, Bungie. Early this morning, Destiny 2 hotfix 2.8.1.3, that's a mouthful, let me tell you, was released, unblocking your journey and finding the truth behind the lie. While we hate to see a bug ship, we are excited to right the ship as quickly as possible. That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, communication is key, Bungie. Keep it up. This is how you're going to make yourself last until Season 12. But, ooh, I'm excited. Now we look at what comes next. Season of the Worthy is winding down, which means it's time for a round of previews from the team. This week, we're hyper-focused on the legendary engrams and weapon tuning. Yes, sir. Moving on, we have Decrypting the Future. Last week, we did a deep dive on how loot will be evolving season over season. With the upcoming addition of max power level to your players have been asking for how acquisition methods will be changing. We have a breakdown from the Destiny dev team on how we're keeping the items you earn from legendary engrams and core activities relevant during the given season. I think this is a great addition. Absolutely. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just read some more into it. How about that? Today, we're going to talk about some of the changes that are coming in Season 11 to the way the World Loot Pool works. Because the World Pool serves as a baseline of legendary gear that can be earned across different activities, we want to update and refresh it seasonally with the most relevant weapons, some which were previously exclusive to specific activities like Gambit or Crucible. Okay. This shared pool can also be unwieldy. If you're looking for a specific role of a specific weapon, a pool too large can make it statistically challenging to find, much less with the roles you want. So, starting in Season 11, it will be curated both for a relevance and overall size, to strike a balance between the number of rewards and the chance to get a sought-after drop. Every season, gear from the previous seasons will be added. Any gear that would no longer have a max power level greater than or equal to the current season cap will be recycled out to ensure that drops are power relevant in the current season. So, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. But, I don't know. Moving on, though. So, Bungie did make a list of the world drop pool, and I'm going to go ahead and just say a couple of them that I think are pretty interesting, that I think that you should watch out for, because I think they're pretty decent weapons. But I'll go ahead and put that list down in the description below so you can see for yourselves, along with the link if you want to take a deeper look at it. But I think some ones that obviously we might want to look at is Nature of the Beast. I believe that's the Curse of Osiris Hankin. I think it's a pretty good one. On top of that, we still have Dire Promise in there, and then along with the Old Fashioned main ingredient, then the one that I prefer because I'm a sniper and I'm thinking the Long Shadow. That's one Long Shadow is a sniper I've really been wanting to get a good roll with. I've yet to find one with snapshot sights though, which kind of sucks, but that's something you really should watch out for though. Lock and load. Interesting. Alongside the changes to the World Loot Pool, we have some changes coming to Destiny 2 Sandbox. Now, this is what I really want to get into, so I'm excited to read this. I have yet to go through this. I'm going through this the first time with you all, so it's going to be a fun experience. This week, we'll be focused on the weapon-specifically perk tuning. Here's a quick breakdown from the team on what to expect. Reload perk updates. We observed that players lean towards picking perks that increase their damage, i.e., or EG, I guess. I don't even know what that is, sorry. Kill clip or reduce weapon downtime, IG, outlaw. The damage perks were adjusted quite a while back, but reload perks still do not feel like choices. This tuning pass aims to keep them feeling powerful without being so dominant that no other choices seem viable. First, some information on the stats that impact reload. Reload stat 0 to 100 and maps onto an archetype-specific reload animation speed. Interesting. Reload stat 0 to 100 and maps onto an archetype-specific reload animation speed. Well, that's a mouthful. That's quite interesting. Reload duration scale. Most reload perks also apply a small multiplier to the reload animation so that if the reload stat is capped, you will see a small speed bump. Reload empty duration scale as above, but only applies if the magazine is empty. Okay. Note that because most weapons have a fairly high reload stats, decreasing a reload stat bonus from plus 100 to plus 50 will still max out the reload stat most of the time, and so doesn't slow down the actual reload as much as it seems. Okay, so it seems like they're going to be making some changes to reload, so that's quite interesting. So the following perks that alter these reload stats are being updated. Outlaw slowed this down a little bit. Yes, you did, and removed it from Izanagi's burden. I'm curious on your thoughts. Leave it in the comments below. I'll tell you I did not agree with that change. But reload stat from 100 plus 100 to plus 50. Reload duration from 0.8 to 0.9. Okay. Feeding Frenzy. This was strictly better than Outlaw. So we're changing the functionality to be based on the number of rapid kills. Okay. So I didn't really use Feeding Frenzy back in Destiny 1, and nor do I use it now. I don't even really remember the perk did. But functionality changed to increase reload speed based on the number of rapid kills, up to 5. So, like, this Feeding Frenzy is essentially rapid hit for reload, or like kind of like rapid hit, I guess. Or something closer to like multi-kill clip, I'm not sure. But functionality, we already read that. With 2 kills, reload speed is equal to updated Outlaw. With 3 kills, it's faster than Outlaw. With 4 kills, it's fastest reload in the game, except Alloy Mag. Max, sorry, ooh, look at that. The max possible reload duration from a scale from 0.83 to 0.8. Max reload stat, unchanged at plus 100. Interesting. That was kind of a mouthful, so feel free to pause the video and just read through that, because I kind of stumbled over that a little bit. But here we got some changes to rapid hit now. Gave a huge amount of reload and stability for very little work. Kind of sad, but at the same time, they're kind of adding spare rations after Season 11 anyways. But front-loaded onto the first precision hit. We have updated it so that it still feels good, but isn't quite as powerful. Adjust stacking bonus to give less benefit for the first hit and more with subsequent hits. Max reload stat from plus 100 to plus 60. Max reload duration scale from 0.8 to 0.925. Max possible stability stat from plus 50 to plus 25. That seems like they're kind of cutting it by like 1/3. It's like only running at 66%. I can kind of understand that, maybe for the PC side of things, but I knew I had a spare rations that didn't have rapid hit for the longest time, and I never felt like I was in a handicap compared to those running high cal or rapid hit. So I'm not really sure where this change is coming from. Maybe just to put more of a skill gap in place and put everything more on par and level. I guess I can kind of understand where that comes from. But drop mag, situationally really powerful without a massive drawback. As good as a perk, but in the magazine column. So this is kind of going. So this is essentially changing, I believe. What is it? Luna's Howl, I believe, has drop mag. I think maybe NF, not sure. Reload duration scale from 0.85 to 0.9 just brings it in line with Outlaw. Okay, field prep. Unchanged, but for reference, reload stat plus 50. Okay, interesting. Additionally, we're fixing an issue where perks that grant weapon ammo did not respect shot count for burst weapons. This means that these perks will now work correctly on pulse rifles, fusion rifles, and burst sidearms. So these perks will be more common on the weapons archetypes in the future. Slideways, slide shot, ambitious assassins, subsistence, overflow, lead from gold, and clown cartridge. I'm interesting. Is slide shot not working correctly on some weapons? Or I'm curious. I don't know. I literally don't use pulses, fusion rifles, or burst sidearms, so I wouldn't know. But that is, I guess, a pretty cool addition that they're doing there. I think these are quite some interesting changes. I don't know. These are pretty interesting. I kind of like it though. But some other things that I noticed here. So general perk retuning. With opening up space by adjusting reload perks, we also return some other underused perks based on our initial testing and perk popularity and effective data from our initial analysis. So I did notice that pulse monitor and dynamic sway. Uh, I don't know if that's exactly pertaining to the lower end because I notice a lot of people with summoners do tend to run dynamic sway, and I've noticed a lot on especially mind benders lately. I've noticed a lot of what is it? Quick draw pulse monitor, assault mag, rifle barrel range masterwork mind benders. It seems like a very common static roll from the random rolls from the hollow layer, but I see that on a lot of mind benders lately, and I'm curious: is that really just that uncommon of a perk, or is it just that it's not common enough necessarily? But dynamic sway reduction adds 10 stability over time in addition to the accuracy. This is way more powerful than it sounds. So is it pointless for me to have it on my auto? Reduced reticle movement from stability should now tell players this is working. Pulse monitor, taking critical damage, and you can quickly swap to your now fully loaded shotgun. Reload amounts from 0.35 to 1, plus 50 handling, 5% faster swap speed. This works on stowed weapons too, which is already the case, but makes it a lot more useful. Now, I think especially on PC with this sort of mindbender's role, I think that can be incredibly useful, especially if, I guess if you're running what's it called, Dragon Shadow, giving you quick draw too. Or I mean, I guess you already have quick draw, but I don't know. It could be really useful, I think, especially on hunter swap speeds, though. Now helps you hit shots closer to an ADS range, still doesn't affect damage drop off or magnetism. 1.2 times aim assist fall off, plus 15 aim assist, 1.57 degree precision hip fire angle threshold. Okay, that's a mouthful. Plus 1.5 degrees precision hip fire angle threshold. Okay, by default, when hip fire, actually, here, just a fun fact, I do on my spare ration, you can see it in the footage, but I always run hip fire grip. I run Icarus, but I have a hip fire grip like mod, not mod, but what am I trying to say? Perk on the gun like itself, and I use it a lot over my kill clip rabbit hit spare. Just wanted to point that out there. It's very important because everything's about me. It's my channel, my stuff. If you even watch this far, you're gonna learn a lot more about me. I'm just kidding though. But by default, when hip firing from a weapon, the center of the reticle must be over a target in order to get a critical hit. Otherwise, aim assist will give you a body shot. This change gives you a little leniency. So if the center of your reticle is not directly over a target, you'll still get the crit if you're within the angle. Has no effect on sniper rifles. In like what context? Like hip fire grip literally is pointless on sniper rifles? I don't that's quite interesting. But there's some new perks coming season 11. Interesting. Next season we'll have a new perk rolling exclusively on the season of the redacted weapons. Additionally, the Iron Banner will be receiving 2 new perks on top of the reprised weapons. In future seasons, these perks will begin to roll on other weapons. Wait, so when they say reprised weapons, so reprised weapons means from Destiny 1 or from original Destiny 2. So are we going to see something like the, what's it called? The Waterstar Depth Trials of Hand Cannon? Are we going to start seeing like Doctrine? Or because they're bringing back some reprised weapons, so that's quite interesting. So while we don't want to spoil the fun of discovering and testing new perks, we will leave you with the names of the upcoming Iron Banner perks: Iron Grip and Iron Gaze. We are excited to see the community break these perks down when the new season begins. And I'm curious what rehashed year 2, year 1 armor will be coming back. Are they going to just slap on some season 8? Because in season 8, I think that's when I really, content was out there. They made new armor, so. But if they're doing that, I'm kind of hoping to see some season 5 armor, because I thought that was about the most unique and interesting of the Iron Banner armors. But let me know in the comments below. Upcoming archetype buffs. Next season, we're taking a quick pass on the few weapons archetypes that have been underperforming. Slug shotguns are underused in PvE, number 1, because there's no point. They're slug shotties, they're precision. I would literally want to use anything else but that. But on 2 crits max, I didn't reward the precision with high damage per second. Slug shotties, PvE damage plus 30%, still don't care. High impact pulse rifles are underused in the Crucible with a very fast optimal TTK. that TTK was very hard to achieve, so they decided to soften that a bit. High impact pulses damage per bullet are from 200 to 21 to 22. This changes it from 6 to 5 crits, 1 body to kill a guardian PV at the most resilient values. Interesting. I might have to test that out coming season 11. So, yeah. But adaptive auto rifles. Auto rifles in the generally are highly represented in the Crucible, but generally feel balanced. Adaptive auto rifles are a little higher, so we're looking at them. We're not rolling back the season 10 buff, but we're adjusting the tuning a little bit to give other auto rifle sub families a chance to shine. Hold up. No. So unless I miss something, I believe they're keeping them the same. Completely the same. Just gonna rule them out forever. Is this what's happening? Because love of God, if I have to go around dealing with Search Regime, freaking Felwinter's Live for all of eternity, I think I'm gonna have issues. Because unless I'm like unless I swear to God, unless I miss something, there has to be something. Because I don't know. It's just like, just ugh, God, dude. I think this auto rifle meta is just the worst thing that you could possibly do. The worst thing you could possibly do. Like, come on. You give the least skillful weapon in the world the most ease of use is not okay, Bungie. God dang, Bungie, what's wrong with you? What you doing with your life? Moving on to the final thing, in the now. Okay, you may have noticed that Bungie Help on Twitter is freshly verified. If you do not follow this account, get to it. Player support partnered with the Bungie Network Operations Team, BNOC for short, runs this account to keep you up to date on maintenance timelines, bug investigations, and more. Except no substitute. If you want more details on what's happening outside of the 280 character limit, read on. I will also provide that in the link below, but because it's quite lengthy, if you want to learn for yourself, feel free to, but this video is long enough as it is. We're almost running 18 minutes here, so I appreciate y'all for stopping by and actually coming to listen to me as a small YouTuber. I really do appreciate it, and your help in subscribing and sharing and, mouth of word is really important for us very small content creators. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you put a comment below so I know that you actually made it to the end of the video, and I really do appreciate it for you all sticking around and actually supporting me, even though, you could be watching much higher quality, much better videos. But I appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. It's a revolution.